Hello and welcome to the presentation of AppBot, the latest application tool created by NIC Informationstechnik GmbH. NIC Informationstechnik is a German IT service provider, represented by its managing director Andreas Nick. AppBot is a tool converting Citrix streaming profiler applications to Microsoft App v5. With AppBot, the migration to Xen Desktop 7 is simplified significantly. At the same time, we can take applications generated with the Citrix streaming profiler that were originally created for Windows XP or Windows Server 2003 and adapt them to the new target platform. First of all, we would like to show you the tool. The complete run-through takes a while, but we will continue the presentation afterwards. The tool has to be started as administrator, because the sequencing process requires administrative rights. As a first step, we have to create a new project for Office 2003, which in this case is the sample application we want to convert. We open the profile, and the analysis of the application starts immediately. As you can see, most fields are already filled in. The language code and the version were recognized correctly, just as the name of the application and the producer. The installation folder is per default redirected to NIC IT automatically, but this might as well be changed without problems. This is the installation path of the main application, and here you can see the links created with the main application. The unwanted links can be deactivated by just unchecking them. Here you have the possibility to change a lot of settings in order to adjust the whole application to your local environment. This means that if you had the application installed in the D folder, it would simply not work with the standard settings. But we can change this very easily by just altering these settings here. As we want to convert our application to App v5 at the same time, we have to check this box down here. In order to make sure that no dialogues are produced for the additionally created MSI, the corresponding box is unchecked automatically. And now we start the process by clicking here and continue the presentation. The functions of AppBot include the migration of Citrix streaming profiler applications to App v5. Windows XP or Windows 2003 source files are fully integrated in the package to make it executable with Windows 7, Windows 8 and Windows Server 2008 or Server 2012. This can be achieved by analyzing the complete source application and converting the corresponding data accordingly. Additionally, a Microsoft installer package is created, which can be distributed via distribution software like SCCM. However, we would recommend using the AppV package and not the MSI file. With the AppV package, any rubbish data that might be produced during the virtualization process is directly moved to the sandbox, the virtual system, and is thus not saved in your file system. But if you have a clean source, that is, if you have only copied some files into the streaming program and created links to them, you will get a very clean MSI and an equally clean App v5 package. These might perfectly be used for the distribution to clients or your own field service. Let us now turn our attention towards the question of how all this is done. In quite a complicated procedure, the application analyzes the available data of the streaming profiler package and its registration. For example, all 8.3 folder names or short path designations are rewritten in the registration. They are changed to other short file entries which are all adapted to the target system. This way we can make sure that an application packetized in a 32-bit system like Windows XP runs smoothly on a 64-bit system. This used to be impossible. The original Citrix profiler only offered restricted functions concerning the target platform. Additionally, the target paths can be changed at will. You can, for instance, always place the name of your company before the actual installation part, so that all applications end up in the same folder after the whole procedure. This has always worked without difficulties in all our previous conversion projects. Optionally, you can mark a 32-bit application as 64-bit. It will of course be stored in the correct location in the file system. If the application is not marked accordingly, you will find it on the program files on a 64-bit system and not under program files x86. Some additional features are planned and will be realized soon. One of them is bulk operations. That means that we will be able to convert a whole folder of Citrix streaming profile applications. So later, we only have to pay attention to the cases in which the conversion did not work properly. In other words, we will, for example, add some settings and adapt certain paths in this area. Then there will be an import for AppV 4.6 packages. The format changed completely from 4.6 to 5.0. The import should not cause any difficulties. We think that our tool works better here than the converter produced by Microsoft, because ours is more specialized. Another point is the automatic conversion to VMware ThinApp packages, in order to allow the direct migration to VMware View. So if you want to migrate Citrix Streaming Profiler packages directly to VMware View, you can do so easily with this application. Additionally, we plan the support of Citrix Streaming Profiler 5.0. So far, we have only worked with version 6. In version 5, the produced cap file has to be unpacked beforehand. This can of course be done manually, but we want to automate the process in our application. Now, let's check our conversion process. Unfortunately, it's not finished yet. The conversion to AppV5 usually takes quite a while. But in the meantime, we can have a quick look into the project folder. Here, you can find all the icons of our application that have been extracted right at the beginning. We can enlarge them a bit here. This can come in handy if you want to publish an application for XenApp or XenDesktop, but you don't like the icon. The conversion process supplies you with all the producer icons, so you can simply choose another one. In the log folder, you find further details concerning the conversion. This is the complete log file, which reveals how much work is actually necessary for the conversion. Here, for instance, you can see a short path being replaced. The computer shows us in which part of the registry this is done. In Office 2003, we have quite a lot of these short paths. This here is the log of the MSI creation. There are still some warnings and errors listed here, but we can simply ignore them. They do not affect the functioning of the application. Let's turn back to the conversion process, which is finished now. Down here, you find the package supplied by the application. Here is the created MSI, and here the AppV package. Let's copy it and paste it into our test environment. As this is a test environment, there is nothing installed here. And we copy the package to temp. As you can see, the timestamps coincide with each other. Now we add the AppV package to the operating system and publish it by inserting it here. It is provided very quickly and accessible within seconds. And the link to the application, which we chose before, already appears in the Start menu. As you can see, the file that wasn't accessible before is now recognized as a Word document and can be opened and used in a normal fashion. We are now at the end of our presentation. Thank you very much for your attention.